We rolling into town with nothing else to do. We take another lap around. Yeah, holla at your boy if you need a ride. If you roll with me, yeah, you know we rolling high.
Going to places like Dearborn, Michigan, you don't feel like you're in America anymore.
Right now we're heading towards the east side of Dearborn. You'll see the culture shift where you won't feel that you're in the United States any longer.
How long have you lived in Dearborn?
All my life.
Seriously, what happened to all the American businesses around here?
They come in by the strip mall. They move the previous owners out. They force people out.
And then they put similar
businesses.
but with a Arabic tone?
Yes.
You think a lot of people here voted for Obama?
Of course they did.
Yeah? Why? Why do you think they voted for Obama?
The entitlements, all the health care. Some of these guys come in and have up to 4 wives. When they file for the bridge cards, EBT cards, they are bringing the other 3 as extended family members. When we're going grocery shopping, you see these young Arab ladies, girls, with their kids, getting on Range Rovers, using their EBT bridge cards to pay for the groceries. I'm actually in the medical equipment business, so sometimes when they come in my office, they're in designer clothes, carrying Prada purses, pulling out their Medicaid cards for their health care. And knowing the addresses and knowing where they live, I don't understand how they're getting welfare assistance, driving $60,000, $70,000 vehicles and living in $250,000, $350,000 homes.
Immigrants from the Middle East represent the fastest growing immigrant demographic in the United States. And over the past 3 years, the Obama administration has taken in more immigrants from the Middle East than Mexico and Central America combined. And it's about to get worse. 7 million Syrians have applied to come here to the United States as refugees. Imagine the strain on the welfare system. Today, 36% of Americans claim to earn less than $30,000 per year. But in the Muslim community, it's up to 45%.
And for me, it wasn't being thrown in jail. It's what we heard while we were there. While we were in the Dearborn jail, a police officer told Nabil and Paul, two of my friends who were arrested, that they agree with us. Not all police officers. He's saying there's some of us here who agree with you in exposing what's going on. And, Nabil pointed out that, hey, we're here in jail, what's going on, how can you agree with us, and so on. And he said, you don't have to tell me. I've gone into houses here in Dearborn where girls have been killed for having boyfriends, and the department keeps it quiet. I've never heard of any honor killings here in Dearborn. And yet, according to a police officer, it's happening, and they're making sure people don't know about it.
The city of Dearborn, Michigan. Dearborn is a whole nother world. #1 most concentrated community of Arabs outside the Middle East.
The 45% of the population there is of Middle Eastern extraction. So we sent Waters to Dearborn to check things out.
Dearborn, Michigan is called the Arabic capital of North America. Almost 50% of the city is Muslim. They control the city council, and the police chief is also Muslim.
Is it a holy war that is being waged in our nation's capital? Now, Muslim students are complaining that the Catholic University is, well, too Catholic.
I'm going to read you what he sent me in the email. And you go ahead and decide for yourself, whatever you want to believe. But I can tell you for a fact, I've seen the signs where the people in Dearborn, the Muslims, it's the biggest Muslim community anywhere in the whole United States. It's Muslim West. They say this is Muslim land. Keep your hands off of it, Americans. The cops aren't even allowed in there unless they're called in by the Muslims. They abuse people. They throw rocks at Americans that try to come there. They are violent and they are vile. And these are undisputed facts. So let's go ahead and see what this source who lives right outside there, who has a friend who lives within the community, tells us what he actually witnessed with his own eyes on 9/11, and then I will leave it up to you to decide what you want to believe. So here we go. Dear friend, I saw your video on the Muslims dancing in the streets outside Detroit, and I'm here to tell you that your sources are correct. I live right outside Dearborn, Michigan, which is the Muslim capital of the U.S. I am fluent in their language due to being raised in an American and Arab home. I have a good Muslim friend who lives in Dearborn, and I visit him quite often. I look like them, speak their language, so they let me in and let me walk around freely. I did so on 9/11 and couldn't believe my eyes. They were dancing in the streets, stomping on and burning U.S. flags, shouting death to Americans and death to America, and saying that Americans, Dearborn is Muslim land, not yours, so keep your filthy hands off our land. They were setting fire to Barbie dolls and having them jump from the rooftops, screaming, simulating the people who jumped from their deaths at the Twin Towers. They were making paper airplanes, setting them on fire and crashing them into buildings to simulate the planes hitting the Twin Towers. This went on for several hours. Understand this is an insulated Muslim community and outsiders are kept out. There are no news cameras and they will confiscate any camera they see there. I don't know anyone in New Jersey, but from what I saw here, it tells me this was probably happening in insulated Muslim enclaves away from prying eyes all across America.
Quote, "It is my dream to behead someone," unquote. This was said to an undercover FBI agent by Khalil Abu Rayyan, a 21-year-old resident of Dearborn Heights, Michigan, and a member of the Religion of Peace. He's been under FBI surveillance for a while now and has made quite a few statements either to undercover agents or openly in court, saying how much he supports the Islamic State and how badly he wants to commit some act of jihad and go out as a martyr. At this point, all he's been charged with is carrying a concealed firearm without a permit and possession of a controlled substance. He was pulled over for speeding back in October, and police officers found a firearm, a .22 caliber revolver for which he had no permit, as well as marijuana. About a month later, he tried to buy another firearm, but was refused because of the case pending against him. So later that same day, he rented a firearm and took photos of himself with it that he posted to social media. The arresting officer suffered a heart attack, which has delayed action on his case, but according to officials, Abu Rayyan has written on social media how he wants to go to the hospital, kill the officer that arrested him, and be martyred committing jihad there. He's also used his social media account to like and repost Islamic State propaganda. And according to court documents, Abu Rayyan wrote a post in which he stated, quote, "I tried to shoot up a church one day. Don't know the name of it, but it's close to my job. I bought a bunch of bullets. I practiced a lot with it. I practiced reloading and unloading, but my dad searched my car one day and found everything. He found the gun and the bullets and a mask I was going to wear," unquote. He also remarked about how easy a target a church would be, saying in an online conversation with an undercover agent, quote, "A lot of people go there. Plus, people are not allowed to carry guns in church. Plus, it would make the news. Everybody would have heard. Honestly, I regret not doing it. If I can't go do jihad at the Middle East, I would do my jihad over here," unquote. We probably won't hear Barack I talk about this story. First of all, Abu Rayyan spoke about committing his violence in what he believes is a gun-free zone. That's not good for the gun grabbers. Secondly, it doesn't jive at all with Obama's whole Islam is a religion of peace nonsense. No, Obama's too busy pushing to get a bunch of unvetted Muslims from the Middle East into the United States to be paying attention to this. They're here, folks. Are you prepared?